Good evening, everybody. This is Howard Night Live tonight. Beautiful elevation. Gonna refresh the screen in and have a little traffic delay going on. So AJ's gonna join us in about 7 minutes. Gonna get my minutes to get stuff together. So I'm gonna buy some time here and invite some people up. Look at the shirt that you're wearing.
Oh, damn, Marina.
And I have my buddy Lou on. Lou, can you give me a little bit more light on your screen? You're kind of dark in the face.
All right, Greg, we'll go upstairs because my basement stinks.
I'm sure it does.
You know, now, well, you had to move to Florida, man. You should be home in Philadelphia, where you came from.
No, actually, well, we'll talk about that later. So, you guys get into a place that we can get a little bit more light.
There he is.
And we're gonna, hey,
Now we can see everybody.
this is singer-songwriter Lou Kramer and his brother Greg. And this is Raina. Raina, actually, I'm going to introduce in a few minutes. I'm going to hopefully get some more people live, and no one wants to hear me. They want to hear me. Which is true. I mean, these guys introduced me to AJ like 14 years ago, 15 years ago. Here's Raina.
Hi.
Raina is a commercial rock and roll photographer. She has, I'm going to hold this up, but I want to let you know, Lou, that she has taken pictures of some of the best bands since she's young, just like you. She appreciates the classic music, but we'll get into that later. Greg, good evening, sir. How you doing?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Raina, can I hear you? Say hello.
We're all good. How are you?
Can I hear you, Raina?
She's muted. Hold on.
Okay.
She needs to
I got
unmute.
There we go.
There we
Okay.
go.
Hi there.
Everybody's
I'm doing
here.
well.
Well,
Doing fine. Thanks, Oscar.
actually, we're waiting for AJ. But I just want to introduce everyone tonight. And feel free to invite your friends and share and talk about anything you want. We've got a few topics laid out for tonight. You're a guest, and the guest gets in the way of you want. And Joanne is behind.
Hello, Joanne.
Engineering.
We should have a Joanne cam going.
We got a Joanne cam.
We have a Joanne cam. But there's a lot going on this week, guys. Huh?
Yeah, hey, I'm playing a gig with Mondo this Friday.
We'll get into that later. But that's great. How is John doing?
Good. I'll see him Friday. We're playing a gig together, and
where's that at?
McDuff's, where I do open mic tomorrow night.
Very cool.
So,
you know, I have to say, I really was gonna bounce a bunch of things off of AJ real quick. So, Kramer Brothers.
How about the accident in Philly?
How about that's a good break?
Right.
Shit.
My
the
bad.
plane crash?
But we're gonna talk about that when AJ comes on. What we talking about now? All right, so here's the deal. Straight up, I used to have a band called Firecracker Betty. These guys were my biggest fans, and they turned out to be great musicians as well. He plays out at least 4 times a week, and he backs up a few different bands. And also Greg steps in. He sings with him as well. Greg was 16 in the clubs, following me, and Lou was taking him through the front door, giving him a long jacket, and it was all cool back then. And like you, I met you at a show.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell everyone about the show that I met you at, and who you able to have the privilege to have unrestricted access to take photos of?
Yeah, so that was an event they could have told me I was taking photos of, but I decided not to ask. I decided to go in blind and just, I was told that the theme was 70s, and I was like, all right, I'm shooting a 70s band. Narrow it down at all.
Anyone who's exploring of stature.
But yeah, it turned out to be Chicago, and they were inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I believe I was 2016, class of 2016. So yeah, I was able to take photos of Chicago. By far, I think the biggest band, like member-wise, I think I've ever taken pictures of, because there's like 13 members of that band. Talk about stage presence. They're present everywhere on stage.
Well, first of all, Chicago is a legend band. They are honestly generational at this point. I mean, when you think about it, you're into their music, and you certainly were the product of their great people who listened to that song who were grandparents now.
Oh yeah. I
you,
grew up
myself, and my lovely wife, we're the youngest people at the concert.
Yeah, we took notice.
Literally. I don't know if you saw that.
I kind of did.
With the Joanne Cam in the background, and she's in Mission Control here.
They're actually one of my favorite bands.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
on a
I
photo
grew up
shoot like
listening
that-
to the 80s section of them, but yeah.
The Peter
What
Cetera
time-
era.
Mm-hmm.
On a photo shoot
He
like
knows.
that, right? How early in do you go in? Because it's a long night, just like setting up for a band and this and that. And if you're not going in, like, 8:30 and back and then at 10. Tell me the process.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat? Is that a
I
question?
said, what's the process? I mean, you don't go in at like 2 o'clock. I mean, tell me.
No, I had to be there a little before the event started, mostly just to get acquainted. I had a 4.5-hour drive from where I live in South Florida up to the theater. So I had to factor all that in. But I had to be
Okay.
there a little bit before, mostly, yeah, just to get acquainted. I wasn't talking with the band or anything. Sometimes for events that does happen, but because I was doing it through the actual theater, it was more talking to the theater. And because it was a full-blown event that's taking pictures, not just of the band, but of the event
Correct.
itself, they kind of gave me like a shot list. They're like, hey, we're giving you free reign, but we'd really love if you got photos of this. There turned out to be a meet and greet photo op Chicago. I didn't know that was happening until they told me. So that was really good that I got there early so I could go into the theater and make sure, okay, what's the light situation like? At first they said that they were going to have the whole band up on the stage, which meant I had to bring like a step ladder because I'm pretty short. Then it turned out they weren't on the stage. So the whole lighting was very
Was on the
different.
ground.
But yeah, but part of the thrill, but also the stress of my job is that you kind of go with, oh, things are gonna change at a moment's notice, and I kind of have. I know that movie makers, like filmmakers, also have this saying, which fix it in post. It's like I can only do what I can do. The fact that I have access to editing tools for lighting and stuff makes it a lot easier for me to really produce like content that is palatable isn't the right word, but like that I am happy with, that a client is going to be happy with, even if everything else goes kind of haywire in the moment. I'm allowed, I'm able to work with.
I noticed that they gave you the ability to climb over things and tuck yourself away and get angle shots that I don't think a traditional photographer would normally get. I mean, it was kind of like almost like a wedding type format there in some respect.
Yeah.
It was also, but it was also like the reception aspect of it, and that it seemed like you had the ability to get around places. I saw you everywhere. You were like Southwark there. I looked down at the merch table and I saw a phone with the Rush logo on it. I go, who the hell's phone is that?
Yeah, that was like the check-in table.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big Rush fan, so I'm rushed out everywhere.
Yeah. So people are asking where AJ's at. AJ's going to be joining us hopefully in a few minutes. He should be coming in. There you go. He was in some traffic and was spending time with, believe it or not, his grandchild, which is a softer gentleman.
I will say, like you said, I turned around, you were up in one of the boxes.
Yeah, it's like where'd you
You
go?
were right next to me on the floor, then you were in the box.
Yeah. But
I thought was dancing, huh?
I'm sort of known, like when I do shows, people say like you apparate. Like I will be everywhere and I run between songs, especially I mean, when I'm given all that access to, they said, the first 3 songs you can be in the front. Okay, then I'm gonna stay in the front for those 3, get all it's worth over there. Once I'm not allowed to be at the front, then it's like, okay, I got to make use of all the space that I have and everything.
That event, did you have one-on-one with them? Did you have like pictures of just the band or you were just doing all action photos?
I didn't get to talk or meet with them, so the most I actually got to.
There were 10 musicians on that
Yes,
stage.
there were
And
10.
there were like
Yeah,
200 people in the room.
I said, I think the
I mean, the
closest
ratio of
got
musicians
to
was huge.
yeah, I got when I was up in the box able to get like the full stage with all the members of it, but especially when I was up close, it was a lot of single member shots, couple of members, you know, here and there when they grouped together. But that was a sort of unique challenge that I haven't really faced before. Like, what do you do when there's 14 musicians on stage and my lens can only get 3 of them?
Yeah.
But also I think that it's not all like it was okay if I can't get all of them when I'm up there, but I can get crowd shots, get the people with their hands up and singing along. And so the focus doesn't become that there's only 7 members in the frame, but the fact that the crowd is enjoying the 7 members in the frame.
Yeah, that crowd
because it really isn't.
It wasn't like you know, sometimes you go to shows and there are older bands and they're shaking their canes and they're walking through the air.
He's not joking.
These
We were
guys
actually
love
at a
dance.
show.
Which really said a lot. And again, it spanned all ages. And then you were dancing and Joanne was dancing and you were dancing a little faster than everybody. You could definitely tell the use of the room. So if there was anyone that you could take pictures of or someone who's coming to town that you really want to catch, who would you want to
I'm sorry, the end of that sentence faded out.
Who did you want to do, if you had any band that you could do photos of, who would that be?
Ooh, any band I could photograph. I have a bucket list of bands. Some are probably not attainable at all, but I would love to. I would love now that Nico McBrain is not in the band. I don't know what it look like. Iron Maiden has been a band I would love to photograph. Tom Kiefer from Cinderella is another one. And most recently, now that they've announced it, I have like a 1-track mind of I need to get there to photograph them. Steve Piercy and Warren DeMartini from Rat. Rat is one of my favorite bands. Warren DeMartini is one of my favorite musicians. I would say Diamond Dave, the whole lineup of the M3 Rock Festival. There's been some controversy with it, but
I mean that sincerely. It's probably one of the best spots in Stevie Ray Vaughan. We just saw him with this game.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So, Lou, you there? Greg, you there?
We're here.
That's good. Awesome. So Lou actually plays guitar. I might be able to get him to play a song on it. AJ is really loves to run and play. We got some messages here. Can you read them? Hey, Lou. Hey, Greg.
Hey, what's up?
This is worse than an eye chart, how far away this thing is. Well, so I want you to read some of these people off their saying. In the meanwhile, I'm still trying to find.
So we got John Utz, we got Joe.
Hey, Betty. We're going to talk football too, so.
Jack Linda.
Harry. Torres, sorry.
Who's the other person?
I gotta look a little
Let's scroll down here. So, going to see your agent back here. I'm going to call him on the phone.
Yeah, it looks like it's John up top. AG coming in live.
Get it.
I like my Buccaneer Kimball shit.
Come on, AJ. Guy, I love AJ.
He's probably trying to get to his computer so he can get in.
Probably parking in Philadelphia. So let's talk a little bit about the accident that we hear from Philly. So these boys actually, when I was about their age, I used to work for a company even younger. I was like 22, 23. I worked for a company called Stereo Discounters. So it's like, hey, you need to speak with Pro, you need to start stereo. They used to have a place in this place called the Roosevelt Mall. The Roosevelt Mall is where that plane went down, and Lou and Greg are pretty close to that. So why don't you tell us your take on it?
I was about 5 minutes from where I was working with a band that night.
What was it?
And we were going to Randy's.
No, we were at Randy's.
We were just
Who
showing.
was the band though?
Huh?
Who did you go see, dude?
I was working with Nothing to Prove, and I got on Facebook and everybody's like saying the plane went down. My mom was actually right there before the an hour before it
She was
actually
getting
happened.
gas.
She was getting gas at that Sunoco, like right there.
Now, this is like an
Wow.
open air mall. If you don't know, it's not like one of these big, building malls. This is like a pavilion mall that you go there.
It's like a Florida mall.
like a Florida mall in Pennsylvania, which is kind of weird. And it's wide open. I mean, it's just there's no covered parking, and that thing went down.
Yeah, I don't know if they ever figured out the cause.
Well,
So is the cleanup going on, or what's going on, boys?
they don't really know yet. We're still trying to figure it out, but
A YouTuber went the next day.
people, they still haven't cleaned anything up. They just said, a guy was talking to at work, said he talked to a cop. They said body parts were like all over. It's horrible. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Philadelphia's
sad.
a pretty town.
Well, I also know that it was a medical plane that had brought somebody in from, I believe it was Mexico, a little girl, and they had paid all this money to have her have this treatment, and they were flying her, I guess, back when it went down.
Yeah, she was going back to her home.
Yes.
Yeah.
She just had a surgery that saved her life, and now she.
Yeah.
So.
It looks like AJ's online. It looks like he's coming in a second. I've got all this stuff here to talk to AJ about. It's like a Tom and Jerry show, and they just Jerry showed up. I mean, I'm the mouse here. I don't have much, and I want to pull back on some of these things.
So
It's a really good content.
let me ask Rena. Hey, Rena, name some of the bands that you've been giving the opportunity to photograph.
Oh, yeah, man. One of my first big professional gigs was Rock Island Fest, which was down in the Florida Keys, and that was every 80s band I could think of, basically all in one lineup. So there was Loverboy, there was Extreme. Extreme absolutely knocked it out of the park. They were incredible. Steven Adler was there. Striper, I'm like now looking back to the pictures. Enough's Enough, worked with Enough's Enough multiple times. They are some of the coolest guys to work with. Honeymoon Suite was there. George Lynch,
Really?
Riot, Slaughter. Yeah, it was a full lineup. And then through that festival, I met Eric Martin of Mr. Big and Steve Brown and PJ Farley of Trickster. And I formed a really great connection with the three of them. And Mr. Big became one of my favorite bands. And so one of the coolest opportunities I've had definitely was to photograph Mr. Big multiple times in Florida. Actually, at the Capitol Theater.
Yeah, I know. So you were there when we were there.
Yeah, I was photographing.
We were in the front box all the way over on, if you're looking at the stage, all the way over on the right-hand side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was like way down at the front, and there are a few moments like during shows where I have a moment of like, oh,
we got an AJ. Look at this. I was also going to ask you, the Kramer brothers, what, again, she's a young girl who likes older music. You're young guys, you like older music. You're not into what's going on and what really isn't going on. What are the appeals of the older songs feel like of classic rock?
Well, and Howard, you had a lot to do that, putting this, besides my dad, but you introduced us to songs, that we didn't, Firecracker Betty introduced us to a lot of songs. I didn't know what I was doing.
Case of Love You. I was like, oh, wow.
Yeah, Greg would walk up to me and be like, hey, you play this one tonight? I'm like, dude, it's the only one we play.
That was when you used to back me up on my original music. That was
fun too. And again, if you want to come down and record in my garage, you can do that. I'm not kidding. You can do it very quickly. You come in for a weekend. I told you, just come in for the weekend. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we have the one. We'll have fun. I think about Firecracker Betty all the time. They were good times.
Yeah, the open mics at different venues and stuff.
I'm trying to get an open mic back at the Irish Rover. I got to go talk to them.
Oh, I forget those guys. Those guys are racist.
My life's busy, so I got to get over there and talk to them. And
no, I mean that they're definitely racist, and I'll take the liability on that.
And we got AJ.
AJ.
I mean, they are definitely
Yo,
racist.
what's
I don't
up?
like making money for people. Hey, AJ, this is my friend Raina. She's also a fellow Hebrew.
How you doing?
She is a photographer of the stars at 28 years old. She just recently,
24.
Recently,
I'm not 20.
24. Oh, sorry about that. At 24
Please
years
don't age
old,
me out.
she recently was hired to shoot
Chicago.
for Chicago, the concert. And that's how we bumped into her. And I noticed that she had a Rush telephone, and I'm like, who the hell is this? So that
Yep.
kind of touches me.
Yo, Howard,
Everyone,
your microphone sounds weird.
thanks, dude.
Okay,
How
it's
about
not
that?
just me then. It is
I
really
can't-
muffled.
You sound mumbly, dude. I can't understand you.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
My name's AJ. My name is Lou Kramer. Just by the way, just wanted to introduce myself.
This is Luke Kramer. That's Luke Kramer. Can you hear me now?
I can, no, barely.
Judy?
I can hear, but it's like real mumbly.
Probably the camera
Clear
picking
and
up
then like
that.
tapers off.
It's probably the camera picking up that.
Okay, go ahead.
Let me try something else. I'm going to lean in.
Okay.
Does it sound better now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other camera's picking you up.
Yeah, my camera's picking me up. So I'll lean into it a little bit more then.
Good Miss Big album. Lean into it.
You know what?
It's because we have it here. Just go for it. Just keep going. Just let's
Okay,
keep
so
going.
AJ. This is great. Let me turn my shit off. Congratulations, Mr. AJ. You're in the Super Bowl. How the hell did that happen?
We're not just in it. We're gonna win the fucker.
Go. Chiefs.
We're gonna destroy them.
What is? I'll tell you. The line on the game is 1.5 points Chiefs. I think the over is 42. Might be 48. Not exactly sure because I'm not a super sports guy in that respect. But I have to tell you, it's going to be really close. I'll do it over here. See if I get a little more comfortable. That sound better?
I can change it.
Is that better?
Is that any better for him?
Yeah,
Can you
that's-
hear?
Yeah, that's better, man.
All right.
We
So
just-
tell me a little bit about the Eagles here, man.
Say what?
Tell me a little bit about your Eagles. What's going on with them?
With the Eagles,
Yeah, what's the game plan here?
the game plan, there ain't much of a game plan. It ain't gonna be much of a game plan. We're gonna destroy them.
Yeah. Hi, AJ.
Keep your ring,
Yeah, my wife is a
baby.
Kansas City fan, as you know, and
Y'all can keep dreaming.
we're gonna have to figure that out.
We're
Dude,
gonna.
Mahomes gonna be crying at the end of the game.
Repeat.
Kelsey ain't gonna be doing shit.
I don't expect Kelsey to do shit. I'm be honest.
I think they should get rid of him because his piece of shit girlfriend too.
Who happens to be also
Those are fighting words. Those
Oh, boy,
are
you're-
fighting words.
I think we got a Swiftie with us, dude.
We do.
Oh,
as
no.
much as I'm a metalhead, I'm a big Swiftie, and I have been since 2014.
Stole my ass.
Yeah, Greg is a big
she's-
Swiftie
she's a-
too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, Greg.
No.
Yeah.
No,
He's a prolific songwriter and a great talent in an age where a lot of people aren't writing their own music in the pop scene. She's
Agreed,
still writing
100%. I agree.
She's writing it, and she's writing it in a way that is accessible for everybody. It's not, it's not at a level where people can't understand. I say there's a Taylor Swift song for every emotion, and there's a rock song for every emotion too.
One second, AJ,
But-
is there a Taylor Swift song for you?
What? Yeah, watching paint dry.
All right, so we're gonna get off this.
I'm with you, girl. I don't want to here's what I will say. I like Taylor Swift when she was like 14 into the country scene.
Oh my
I
ass.
don't like seeing her on my football game, but she is that you cannot doubt the talent behind the girl.
Yeah, I don't watch football, so I don't really have
But
any
just
connection
go
with that.
Chiefs.
Go Bucks. You're a Floridian now. So,
But they're not in it. Go Chiefs.
what do you think about this, AJ? Both airline crashes.
Oh
one
yeah.
was in Philadelphia, and one came from Kansas City.
Yeah, I just think it's just another bullshit conspiracy
Coincidence?
theory. You know.
It's a coincidence for sure. It's
Yeah.
just very weird.
All right. Well, that's the Super Bowl pregame, I think.
No.
What, you have a few words to say?
Go Chiefs.
There you go.
3-peat,
So check
baby.
it out. AJ and I every week now.
What, are you crazy?
Joanne, we're gonna just,
Yes, Eagles!
yeah,
Yeah,
listen,
but your mayor can't spell.
here's the thing. Me and Joanne
Yeah.
are gonna have a bet now.
Oh
Yes!
shit!
Yes!
I'm out of this.
Dude, I don't gamble. I
We're
do
doing
not
it-
gamble.
Well, if you really think the Chiefs are gonna win, you would gamble.
No, because when I gamble, when they lose. The times that I bet on his Bucks,
Ah,
they lost. So I will not bet on my Chiefs because I know better.
But you know they're gonna lose.
They're gonna lose.
No, if I bet,
It's
they
okay.
lose.
It's okay because AJ doesn't cover his bets. He owes me
Oh, what happened there?
He owes
What's
me a
that?
lot of bets, bro. Get the shit out of you.
I think I won the last. Yeah, Howard, I think I won the last one now.
It's possible. It is.
Even though we actually beat you last week.
Oh, you know what? Joanne still sounds better than you. I'm still hard to hear you.
Well, I gotta lean into it a little bit.
Oh,
So
boy.
she has another mic, a direct mic.
I have one literally.
She's got a direct mic. I don't know why that.
Right here.
Gotcha.
How about this?
Oh yeah, I can hear that.
Can you hear this one?
You just pounded
Let's
one.
see. Can you guys hear this one?
That sounds better.
All right, let me wiggle it just a little.
There you
Is that
go.
better?
Oh wow, you're loud.
Oh,
Back,
fuck it. All right.
back it up a little.
Check it
Let me hear you.
out. This sucks.
A little.
Yeah.
Okay, you're loud.
All right. So you know what? I'm gonna bring up some people who are going on tour, and you tell me if you're gonna want to see them or if you don't want to see them. How's that sound?
Thumbs
Randy?
up, thumbs down.
Sounds good.
All right, you ready? Little
Yeah.
River Band.
Who was that?
Little River Band.
Not a
Yeah.
chance.
Not a chance. Ready? All around?
Huh?
Lou, Greg, Little River Band.
I could take him or leave him. Huh?
All right.
Just say
Bob Dylan.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
You would go
No,
see Dylan?
no.
2 thumbs
Let me tell you
down.
something.
Folks.
I saw Bob Dylan 25 years ago.
Oh,
You'd have a better time watching a poster of Bob Dylan putting on a fucking record. It is the most boring, unbelievably no conversation with the crowd. It is, as an artist, AJ, you performed 15 of his songs. At least 15 of his songs. But I gotta tell you, to go see him, go watch Paint Dry. For
No, I agree.
$300 a seat. That's just what I'm gonna say. It's a minimum.
I would
Oh,
say
by the way,
it,
back to the Super Bowl. The least expensive seat in the house, $3,352. Average seat, $5,600.
Yeah, no, I'll sit at home with my own beer that doesn't cost $20 a throw.
Yeah.
All right, next band. Tom Jones.
Nah.
Yeah.
Funny story.
I would see Tom Jones.
Funny story.
Nah, I'm not into that.
I'll tell you why I would see Tom Jones. That guy is going to put on a great show, and if he couldn't do it, he wouldn't do it. That's the difference. He's not going out there like who's the guy who's like 94 years old making
Frankie Valley.
Valley. Yeah. Jimmy Valley. Freddie Valley.
Frankie Valli.
Frankie Val, yeah.
Oh my gosh, he should not be on stage.
Yeah, that's a frightening thing, and it also like that just makes me
Exploitation.
question. It makes me question like who is in charge of that, and is he like in a space where he knows what he's doing, or is like this being forced upon him? Because that could be
He has no
elder
clue
abuse,
what's
but-
going on. It's the estate working.
Yeah,
There's
and
no
that's,
way
like,
that guy can get up the
That's
stairs.
My daughter
Yeah,
called it
that's-
elder abuse.
yeah, no, that's elder abuse completely.
It really is.
I will tell you this though, funny story. That show you were at with Chicago, that member only event, the third member only event is the cover band In the Air Tonight. And Tom Jones was just announced as the person who's going to be starring.
Oh my
The head
gosh,
of
we
that.
could've done that one.
Not over Chicago.
Oh my god. You get tickets for that?
I'll talk to
I gotta see Tom Jones. All right, another musical story for you guys, and then I'll let you throw up in your mouth after this one.
them.
The best country music album
Oh,
awarded to
John-
Beyonce.
Who?
Beyonce, yes. And no one knows why.
No.
I don't know about you, but when I think country music, I think like Merle Haggard.
Your microphone's horrible again.
Holy
You're
shit.
too tight to it, it's loud.
How about that? How about now?
Let me hear you.
How about now?
That's
Better,
better.
better.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, this mic isn't on. We can hear it, they can't.
Okay, toss
Get the fuck out.
that.
So when I think country, I think Merle Haggard. I don't think Beyonce.
Dolly Parton, Reba
Dolly Parton,
McEntire,
Reba.
Alabama.
Oh, by the way, Alabama is touring again.
I
Would
saw
you go
them.
see them?
I sat for crowd.
Would you see them?
No.
Raina?
Sorry,
Who?
who?
Alabama.
Alabama.
They're a country, they're a mega country
I-
group from the
I
80s.
say I don't really follow country music, so this is a place where if I was hired to be the photographer, sure, I'd photograph anybody.
You have no clue
Um,
who Alabama.
Well, okay, that's not true. I wouldn't photograph anybody, but like a country band, if they brought me on to do it, sure. Other than that, I don't really listen to country music, so if it comes down to like spending money to go see a band, there are very few country artists I would probably spend my money to go see.
Right.
What about Billy Idol?
Not a chance.
We saw him. He was
Yes,
For
super-
Joan Jett,
phenomenal.
for Joan Jett too.
Yes, that's the thing. It's the two of them. Let me double check.
It's both of. I don't really know what Billy Idol is like performing anymore, but Joan
Terrific.
Jett I know has still got it. So that's a big
I will-
thumbs up for me.
Right.
I went to an arena tour that was Joan Jett, REM, and the Police. That was a great show.
The only band of that I'd like to see would be the Police. That'd be about it.
Yeah,
I
me too.
love the Police.
Yeah, REM kind of blew, but they were just at the beginning of getting huge, and Joan Jett already was I Love Rock and Roll,
Right.
which is the song of, it is the song most popular one-hit wonder rock and roll song of any time is I Love Rock and Roll. Isn't that crazy?
Joan Jett.
I like
Um,
to wonder.
It's
I'd
like
say
the most.
Howard
it's-
a lot. You're-
It's one of the biggest rock songs of all time, but it was
I
made
don't know why.
big by Joan Jett, but that's not her song. That's a cover.
Yeah, it's a cover.
The Arrows is who originated
Got
it.
You got it?
Yes, I got it.
So this whole time it has been on.
Yeah, because you shared it one place where it wasn't.
Pretty good.
Well,
So,
that's amazing.
I Love Rock and Roll is a cover, and that's another thing AJ and I were talking about last show is that, you know, your cover band and your tribute bands, but so many people don't realize the biggest, most downloaded song of all time is a cover song by Disturbed.
Absolutely.
And it's hit the top #1 again, like for the third or fourth time ever. And only songs that did that was like, I think Sgt. Pepper had one that did that. And I think Led Zeppelin or another tune. Only hit like you know how the Village People's coming back on the run because, you know, Trump's using them and everyone knows the Village People now. But this one has hit #1 like 3 times all time Billboard. And they did it like, what, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I'm looking at it now.
It was over 1 billion downloads.
What was this?
Sounds
Sounds
like
of
The Sounds of Silence.
his voice is fucking phenomenal.
Sounds-
Not gonna
That's
lie.
I'd say I think that
He
it
did it in
stands.
2015.
See if your voice.
Yeah, I remember when it came out and it was powerful then. And it's this perfect combination, much like Johnny Cash's cover of Hurt. It's that
Yes.
perfect combination of changing it just enough that it feels fresh and new while still being true to the original, but giving it a different power. Disturbed has this like resounding and deep power to it that you wouldn't have heard in the 60s when that was written. It's
Correct.
the same lyrics, but it holds, to me, it's like it holds all of this power of the modern day. All of that's happened that stands the test of time with those lyrics. You know, it was written in the 60s, that being sung today has new weight to it because we've had generations between then. And the way that he sings it holds that weight of all the decades in between in a way that like Simon and Garfunkel just doesn't have it. I mean, I love the original and I listen to both equally, but they just they have different weight to them.
I agree, because David's voice has got a depth and a feeling and a soul that was never in the original. Like you
Yeah.
said, I listen to both, but David's voice is just unbelievably like deep and pounding
Yeah,
and resounding.
it's like a tearjerker, you know,
Absolutely.
in that version. but it also comes with a lot heavier orchestration than you get from the original. The original, being a folk song, was very just lyric focused and poetry focused. This
AJ.
one was like
Yeah,
a full orchestration.
Do you do that song?
no.
Lou, do you play that song?
I don't know it
No.
now.
Sound
And
silent?
like, I hate to be the bummer here, but I fucking hate Disturbed's version of that, dude.
Do you? Do you like the original?
Listen. I don't like Disturbed one way or another. Like, it's not that I don't think they suck. It's just not.
It's not your vein of music. You really don't
Yeah,
like
it's just
that.
not.
And
It's just
that's
not my. It's not my thing, dude. Like,
You're more of a
you know, and like I don't think they suck. I just don't. I don't listen to it, dude, man. Like, you know,
you're more of
That's-
a
like they make
Yeah.
that version makes me want to slice my fucking wrist.
Part of me thinks that's kind of the point, though.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head there.
Yeah, but you're more of an
Like-
Allman Brothers kind of sound.
Hey, tell us how you really feel.
Dude, I just, you know, I don't know. I was never a huge Simon and Garfunkel fan until I got older, and I respected them. And I don't know, to me, like the whole thing about Simon and Garfunkel was their incredible harmonies, man. You know, and that's what just like the Beatles. I love the Beatles for that. I love, the Eagles for that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know,
but the harmonies.
the harmonies is what
They're all
makes
done
it
in the studio now by AI and electronics.
right. But I
They're
mean,
not
like
done- they're not
that
done by
guy-
real people.
that guy's voice, I'm not really into them at all. But another thing I can't stand, and a lot of people are like get all aggravated. I can't stand Metallica. I can't stand.
I'm not a huge
I like
Metallica guy.
I'm-
As a drummer, I've gone off on Lars, and I'm not the only one. This guy, his fucking approach to drums is Lars. And if you can actually see some videos of just him just fucking up, and the band looking at him like, "What did you just try to play?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not good, man.
He just doesn't know how to count to four.
No, and here's the thing, like obviously they're doing something right because they sell out and they make zillions of dollars. I just don't like it.
Well,
They
that's
work-
because of
they work
James
around
Hetfield.
it. They work around him.
I was going to say James'
say-
voice is what gets him.
They
I
kept
say, I'm not a
best.
huge Metallica fan. Respect them for what the fact that they can sell out. If you can do that, clearly you're doing something right. I never got into that side, I guess, of heavy metal. If I'm to listen to something that heavy, it's going to be Iron Maiden or even Megadeth. I think Megadeth has a melodic, almost symphonic side that
Well,
that Metallica doesn't. And that, different people, different strokes for different folks. That's just my thing. And that's Iron Maiden is because it's so melodic. It's why I like Queensryche, is because it's very operatic.
See, I like Iron Maiden too. Iron Maiden school.
See, but then there's overplaying. I don't like Dream Theater, and people are like, "Oh, you gotta like Rush. If you like Rush, you gotta like Dream Theater." I'm like, that's too much.
I don't listen to Dream Theater a lot, but I listen to the Winery Dogs because Mike Portnoy is like he's part of that, but that's a completely different like vein of fusion music. I don't mind Dream Theater. I just don't go out of my way to listen to it the way I do Rush.
At the same point, like I hated all them fucking 80s bands, fucking Rat, Warrant, Poison. Fuck them, dude. Like,
oh no,
Cinderella, fuck them. Like,
Well, we like them. Over here, the females here.
they just fucking.
Oh
they're
no!
fucking-
Yeah, well, and you
they're-
know what? People love to call it chick metal, and I'm like, well, they sold out, arenas too. And
you know,
also,
They did for a while.
calling
I
it
just-
chick metal isn't an insult.
I just hated that fucking shit. I remember playing the Empire, dude.
Right?
When that shit was coming out and we were still playing like old Aerosmith and Led Zeppelin, and these fucking dudes be wearing the spandex and makeup. We used to fucking throw them
So
out.
I have a
You know who was that?
question for you.
Yeah.
So how do you feel about Kingdom Come and Zebra then? If you like Zeppelin,
Dude,
what do you feel about the
like,
bands that
I
were in
think-
that vein?
Well, I think Kingdom Come was a wannabe Led Zeppelin that can never be Led Zeppelin.
100%. However,
And
they
listen,
did it pretty well.
They
but
were
listen,
good.
but here's the thing.
Sounded like 'em.
Here's the thing. Even them, that new band, that little kid band, I don't know what the fuck they're called. They get
Greta
away.
Van Fleet. I was gonna get there.
Yeah.
Greta Van
No.
Fleet.
I was gonna get
Fuck
there.
them. Listen, Led Zeppelin, there's bands that will never be replaced. And my thing was the Beatles, the Stones, Led Zeppelin, the Who,
Sabbath.
Yeah, of course,
Ozzy,
they're a band.
Van
You can
Floyd.
never
Halen,
be. You can never be
Floyd.
the same. You can be influenced by, and that's where the thing comes in, is how close can your influence and sound get before it feels like a knockoff. But so
Well,
now I'm
there's a
interested to
knockoff,
know, like, what do
And
you
there's an influence and there's a knockoff.
Right.
right?
There's a whole-
How do you feel about Zebra then? Because they do cover Zeppelin.
Yeah,
I love Zebra. You
Like
know
I
that.
never listened to them long.
I say I'm a huge Zebra fan, so
Pretty
But-
good.
to each their own. And I also never got the hype of Greta Van Fleet. And I'm into a lot of modern rock bands. I'm friends with a lot of modern rock bands who are influenced by Aerosmith and Zeppelin. But the difference is that you hear influence, but don't sound like Robert Plant. You can hear the influence of Jimmy Page in the guitar tone, but it's not copying a riff. And that's sort of where that's where the sort of debate comes in. And I also think that Greta, they shot themselves in the foot by saying, like, well, we're not copying at all. We're not influenced. And if Robert Plant says, I thought that was me singing, you can't deny that.
Yeah, but you know what? That whatever they're called, Greta Fleet, whatever the fuck they are. That dude's voice goes right through my fucking head. I think it's annoying as shit.
I have friends who are super into them. I never quite got the hype of it, but
Right.
You know,
that's
here's my philosophy, guys. Every note has been played. Every beat has been made.
Right.
yeah.
It's the dynamics you put to it and how you sew them together. Some guys put too much in. Some guys put a little in. Some guys put in distortion. Some guys put in reverb. The point is that with every generation, everyone gets a little bit more, but also loses a little bit of the genuineness. The guys in the 40s and 50s, the guys in the 50s and 70s, they knew about the blues guys. It wasn't that far away from them. As we progress, we get more talented, and you can see younger kids can do a lot of things. We got that guy Esperario on the drums that is absolutely ridiculous, but that's too much. You lose the feel. You lose the actual. It's like what analog did to digital.
Right.
In my mind. But there is no real bands coming out now with anything fresh, anything new, and anything exciting. I can't think of a band in 10 years in rock and roll.
I could give you a list of 10. It's the problem is that there aren't outlets for these newer bands to be promoted. The way that Rush broke on terrestrial FM radio, we don't have that anymore. And so
my point was on this stuff. My point was is that to get your audience, it's almost impossible for an original person to say, here, no one wants to hear original music. They want to hear the stuff that they can connect to. So they make some of their original music sound like the covers.
Right.
And by doing such, if they don't give the credit to the people that they were influenced by, that both Kingdom Come and Greta fucking Van Zandt, or whatever they call themselves, Van Fleet, they never gave the credit to the people. It's almost as bad as Lee Kerslake getting jammed by Ozzy by not giving him credit for Blizzard of Oz. Now, if you listen to Blizzard of Oz and you like Ozzy, he created an entire new sound for that band. But the sound that he gave them was Uriah Heep's drumming with Uriah Heep's band. And 2 years before the guy died, finally gave the guy credit. If Greta Van Fleet would have just blown these guys and said, hey, I think they're great, they did such an influence, we would love to tour behind them, whatever. And the other guys, Kingdom Come, said, we didn't even know who this guy was. We never heard of Led Zeppelin. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, right.
Everybody's heard
You
of
live
Led
in Europe.
Zeppelin.
Well,
It's just like the Eagles mayor that can't spell Eagles. Right on the wall, it says E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. It was right on everyone's head. She couldn't spell it.
But listen,
They were fucking from Europe. You're going to tell me you've never heard of Led Zeppelin? Screw you. And that's why they lost their credibility instantly.
I'll tell you what, there was a band that came out a couple years ago that I thought was probably the best band that came out in 30 years.
Who was that?
And I don't know what happened to them, but I thought they were fucking incredible. They sound like Zeppelin meets AC/DC meets Van Halen. Was that Dirty Honey? I thought they were
Dirty
fucking,
Honey is a great band.
I
Rival
thought they were
Sons, if
fucking
you like.
incredible.
I mean, there are so many bands that, and I've had the you know, the experience of being in a local scene with a lot of young bands and being able to hear, okay, I hear the influence here, but it doesn't sound like a knockoff of. The issue is that people aren't listening for, like you said, the originals. They're listening for the next band they can hate on, and that sucks. And I have been
That is
dealing with
true.
it. I've been dealing with it since I was a kid of there's no good music out. Well, yes, there is if you care
Yeah.
to listen to what's coming out with open mind. If you go into it thinking nothing is ever going to be the classics. No, it's not going to be the classics. It's going to be something new with a taste of the classics.
But nobody wants
And-
to hear anything originally. You want to go see a cover band. It's amazing.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. They just
Right,
wanna
and
hear
that
something
sucks.
they
I try to fly the flag of all the younger bands, the ones that are in my local area, all the way to a band like the Struts out of the UK. They've
Well, I
hit-
will,
On my international music page.
you hit it on, I will say you hit it right on the head. Dirty Honey's actually playing in Italy. A lot of these bands go over to Europe because they're
Yeah,
more
because-
expensive in Europe
Yeah.
than they are in the US.
Yeah, the US is not where, I mean, that's why you see like a band like Ghost can sell out,
Oh, yeah.
like they're from
Rammstein.
Sweden. At Swedish metal, oh my God.
It's
Or,
ridiculous.
in South America.
German metal. It's incredible.
Right?
Ghost was actually
know,
here
the-
in Tampa not long ago.
I mean, it's kind of like the saying like big in Japan. Yeah,
Mhm.
there are bands that were not given the chance here in the US, or they had a fleeting like 15 minutes. But in Japan, they're still the big, like Mr. Big, one of my favorite bands.
Kiss is
they're
so huge in Japan.
right. These,
Ghost
they
will
are
be here in
given-
July.
I say
Mr.
they
Big.
are given. I love Mr. Big.
She's starting, AJ.
Good band.
I think
AJ, I might
they're
have to smack you.
phenomenal. And I mean, talk about talented musicianship that wasn't given enough credit. Billy Sheehan on the bass he's a
Ridiculous.
god of bass. Paul Gilbert is Eddie Van Halen level technical with showmanship. Pat
Oh
Torpey,
boy, shit got real.
Okay,
there,
but
baby.
listen,
I
listen.
love piano.
Listen,
You're doing.
wait up. I'll give you that. He's a fucking phenomenal guitar player.
Billy Sheehan on the bass is amazing.
I see, yeah, but listen, here's the thing. Here's the thing with them guys, man. And it's straight up. Like even Billy Sheehan, I wouldn't hire Billy Sheehan to play in my fucking band because he overplays every fucking song. And he's an overplayer, and he's a great bass player. I'm not saying he's not. But listen, dude, like who the fuck wants to hear that?
It's the John
I do.
technique.
I do, and plenty of people do. But it's all he's a
You're
fit for the
so
bands that he's
friendly.
in.
What was that?
You're
He
so
is-
polite, Raina.
You are being.
Listen, I love having civil discussions about music. I will give it to anybody. You can have your opinions on music. I don't have to agree. But Billy
AJ, what a
Sheehan,
polite
yes,
24-year-old girl, huh? Think
No,
about
I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm
Who
just
has really good
Oh,
musical taste.
But
you're
look how-
fine. I would say
Look how deep her vocabulary music is. Though, for 24.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's very
I-
good.
I thought I had a
grew up
vocabulary, Howard.
listening.
You can't
I
even
say, I
spell
grew up
vocabulary.
listening-
You can't even spell Eagles, dude.
EGLSPY.
All right, Raina, tell everybody how they can get a hold of you if they want to hire you for your.
Joanne, look at this baby.
Oh.
Look at this baby.
Keep dreaming, AJ. Keep dreaming.
Look at this
We're gonna
baby.
win it. We're gonna win it.
Look at this baby.
Okay, Raina, how can we find you if we need an amazing, and I mean amazing photographer?
AJ, are you
Yeah,
Frankfurt?
If they win, you're damn right.
Yeah, I was there. I was there last time.
Super Bowl and up. This is crazy.
Okay, guys, give her a minute. Let everybody know where she can be found. She's awesome.
the best place to find me is on Instagram. It's Raina Lee. If you can see my name on the stream, it's that one word with an underscore after it. I can also try to like write it on a page and like
Hey,
hold
what
it
on
up.
the chat?
I can put it in the chat.
Hey, yeah, go ahead. It's
What?
just my name with an underscore. On Instagram, same thing on Facebook. You can follow me there. but Instagram is where you're gonna post my pictures. Go up. I just post my concert photography. Occasionally you'll see me do some music reviews on my Instagram story. But yeah, I love all things rock and roll. It's RAYNA.
She'll fix it.
What I do wrong?
Who knows? She'll figure it out.
You spell like the
I'll
mayor
write
of
it.
the fucking Philadelphia.
That's my DEI wife.
What I do?
Here
What
we
I
go.
type it wrong?
Where's your wife?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Where's your beautiful wife, AJ?
Is
I
this
think
showing up?
she's sleeping again.
Luke Raver, where are you playing this week?
Where am I playing this week? I have open mic tomorrow night, Macduff, and then I have a gig Friday night with John.
With an
All right.
underscore after it.
I guess we're after Joe. And AJ, where are you playing at this week?
I got Tuesday Sweeney's, Wednesday Dagwoods.
Hold on, Sweeney's. What is the theme? I know it, but tell everybody what the theme
The
is.
theme this fucking week, the first block's like a Creedence set.
That's-
CCR.
Yo,
Yeah,
I
I
want
wanna
to see that. I love Creedence.
And then Wednesday's Dagwoods, Thursday's Pennies, Friday's Pennies, the full band, and Saturday is the Ron Hurst. And Sunday, I'm off
It's Super Bowl.
Super Bowl, baby.
I'm
Super
doing
Bowl
a
Sunday.
party occurrence.
AJ, come on by.
And you all will be crying in your beer.
No, we will not be. No,
We're gonna win.
Yo,
What is
listen,
your- what is
listen,
your prediction?
Joanne. This
What
was
is your
gonna
score
happen.
prediction?
This
Raina,
was
I'm
gonna
gonna.
happen.
You are the football analyst. What is your score? Who's gonna win? You have the Eagles or you have Kansas City? No, everybody wants you.
look.
Yeah, I would say I have no knowledge of football.
Exactly.
I'm a hot.
Take your
I
pick.
would say,
Eagles.
Joanne, listen, when Monday,
I don't want to piss
when we're
anybody
back
off.
on Monday, Joanne,
Yeah.
you're
I
gonna,
honestly-
you're gonna be drinking a green beer, and you're gonna
Hey, if
paint,
you send me a green beer, I don't care. I'll drink it whether they win or
All right,
lose.
let's
and
get some
listen,
facts
you're
here,
gonna
guys.
paint on each cheek 26 of the Eagles.
Yeah.
No, dude, this is why I don't bet. Here's the thing. I would love to see my Chiefs three-peat.
Oh,
It would not be unheard of that the Eagles might win this game.
We are
At
good.
the end of the day, Mahomes don't write me a check. The Eagles don't write me a check. So if I gotta go show a house, guess what? I'm gonna go show a house. I'm
okay.
gonna
So
go do my-
okay. So, what is your score, AJ? What do you think?
My score, let's see. 42-27 Eagles.
Wow, that's a lot
40
of points.
Bro.
That's a lot of points, man.
Look, AJ.
What do you guys
Okay.
think, boys?
I think it's going to be, about that. I would say
Yeah.
the same.
See, and I actually think it's going to be something like 27-24 in overtime Chiefs.
No, get out
No.
of here.
I was gonna say it's probably gonna be about.
Brady's thinking hard, folks.
I
that
think
is.
no answer.
30,
I
31.
love Eagles.
I think it's going to be 31-28. It's going to come down to
It's
a
going to be
field goal.
close.
And I think it's going to be, I hate to say it, I think it's going to be Kansas City.
No way. You
Come
know
on,
what, Howard? I might
Hey,
go
boys,
with you.
he
Listen,
sleeps
I
with
might
me,
go
not
with you
you.
on the same thing, but the Eagles are winning it.
It's a 3-point game. And
It is.
I think
I actually think it's
that
going to be an OT
Kansas
game.
City always seems to have a way, whether you want to, they just seem for the past 5 years to make things happen.
I'll tell you
he
why.
threw
because-
it on
Yeah,
his way
listen,
down and got a touchdown.
Listen, you saw why on Facebook. Someone put up that Andy Reid was blowing the ref.
All right, man. I'm
Keep
sorry.
dreaming, boys.
I'm
Keep
glad-
dreaming.
Oh, we have a disclaimer about the show.
Yeah, don't forget the disclaimer.
Anything we say on the show is for.
Listen,
comedy
I've been
reasons
on
only.
tour with bands. I have heard things that dare never repeated out loud.
Make sure you follow us on the international Philadelphia music scene. And Rena, you were invited to our group. You're welcome to help us out.
Yep. I joined. I did part of it.
And you guys, thanks, Kramer Brothers. And you're playing in a few times this week. And AJ, you're playing. And the other drummer's playing in the garage. So, guys, anything else you want to go over, AJ? I got one more thing I was going to mention.
Hold on, Lou wants to talk.
Lou, what you got?
Super Bowl party at Curran's, Tykone.
With strength and numbers.
With Sin Strength Numbers combined year round in the Northeast
We're-
area.
we're
We're playing. Kramer Brothers are playing tons
Yeah.
of bands from 1 to 6. That's what
Well, I won't be there, but thanks for the invite. You know, so
I'll
one
say-
thing that we're all getting a little older, and something that you don't see really brings you back in time. I got this candy here. I don't know if you've ever had one of these.
Is that from the event?
Yeah,
A million
It's
years
not.
ago.
these are fucking awesome. And
He was stuffing his pocket.
if you can get a 30-pack on Amazon, if you need a few extra bucks, you're not gonna get the assorted flavors. You're not gonna go wrong because Zots kick ass. AJ, have a great week. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for coming on.
You too.
Great
Have a
day.
good one,
You're
everyone.
welcome
Take care.
anytime to come on. Lou, I'll see you soon. And everyone, good morning. Don't be a shitty person. Have yourself a great day. Thanks for
Good
Good night. And go
Take
Bucks.
care, man. everyone.
Go Chiefs.
Cool.
Go
Rock on,
Eagles!
everyone.
Oh!
See ya.
Good night.
Rock
Good night.
on.
Rock on.